Uh, Hey guys, welcome to this recap with Gino. We're going to be doing our predictions today on NXT Roadblock. I will be, sorry, Battleground. I'll be watching it later because of the fact that I have a family dinner today, so I'll be watching it later on Netflix. But it's a very stacked, very good card, and we're going to see the entire card here. But with him versus Miles Bourne, aka Stephanie Baker's boyfriend. Stephanie McClure versus Jordan Grace, Joe Henry versus Rick Williams, first time ever TNA Championship defended on WWE programming. Tony D'Angelo versus Stax Lorenzo, Sol Ruka versus Melanie Jordan, Hank and Tank, and Josh Briggs versus The Culling, which is Nico Vance, Sean Spears, and Ty Dillinger. I think that's going to be the match that kicks off the entire show here. It's either going to be Tony D'Angelo and Channing Stax Lorenzo, or this six-man tag team match. I think the tag team champs and Josh Bridges can take on Bridges, sorry, are going to be taking on the calling our first match. It's an interesting story. It's kind of weird arrangement, I guess we can say. The calling hasn't really done much in forms of winning, but Josh Bridges' tag team partner left him, and they're trying to blame it all on him. Hank and Tank have his back. I don't think the tag team champions can take a loss, but if they do, we have new contenders for those belts, being the Cullen of Nico Vance and Josh Bridges' old tag team partner, whose name I always forget. He's one of the I always forget. Uh, Josh Bridges, Brooks Jensen, sorry. I always forget Jensen and Brooks. Brooks Jensen and Josh Bridges, right? I forget their Brooks and Jensen. But yeah, two ways this can play out. I don't know if NXT or Shawn Michaels can have his new tag team champion take a loss this early. The Josh Bridges in there take the pin. Shawn Spears usually in matches take pins. I mean, he took an RKO a few weeks ago when he was when he was fake. I mean, AA, sorry, when he was fake Randy Orton. Um, I think. I, Oof, this one's weird. I I'm gonna go with the team of the tag team champions and Josh Briggs, beating Brooks Jensen, Nico Vance, and Shawn Spears. I think if he maintains his friend interferes, it's gonna backfire, and that's gonna win the match. And then I think we're gonna have the NXT North American Women's Championship. Sol Ruka versus Kalani Jordan. The first time these two fought each other for this title was pretty close to a year ago. Absolutely be incredible match. These two girls are so athletic and so very good. And this is my first time in a while to be babyface champion versus babyface contender. And you're gonna have Zarya looming at ringside because she saw Ruka's protector, I guess you can say. I don't think they're gonna take the title off Saul this early. She's already got one other belt, and Kalani Jordan's gunning for both. I think Kalani Jordan may take the speed title from her because nobody gives a shit about speed. I think they're getting closer and closer. Sorry, guys, I didn't hear that. Closer and closer getting Saul Ruka to the main roster, maybe at the draft. I don't think they're going to take the title off her right now. I think it might be Zarya who takes the title off her because I'm telling you right now, I think Zarya is turning at the pay per view tonight. But I think Saul Ruka's going to win. I think Zarya is going to try to celebrate with her and then beat the hell out of her. And Kalani Jordan's going to try and save Saul Ruka. She's going to get destroyed too. Then we're going to have Channing Stax Lorenzo versus Tony D'Angelo. Um, I guess this is the battle for the family. And Stax is outsmarting him so far. I don't think that's going to continue right now. I think Tony D'Angelo is going to win this match. It's going to be a little bit unfair on both sides. I wonder if Rizzo's going to jump in and interfere on either side. That's what I'm unsure of. But if I was to be a betting man, I'm going to say Rizzo's going to interfere on behalf of on behalf of Lorenzo. It's going to cost them both backfiring. That's twice now going to WWE's favorite finish, the destruction. Um, I, I, hmm. Actually, I'm gonna retract that statement. I don't know who wins this match. Either one wins, it's good. You know, both are ready for the main roster. I think they want Stacks to have a little bit more of a heel run here in NXT. He's gonna be a good threat to the men's North American title. He'll never get near the heavyweight title picture. He's not good enough, but he's a good villain for the men's North American title. Sorry, guys, that's something right up there. Um, hmm, interesting. I just don't know how it's gonna play out. But I think the Dawn wins. Following that, we're flying by this card. Hey, it's a lot easier to predict than I thought. Joe Henry versus Trick Williams. I don't see Joe Henry winning and losing this belt. Be an interesting match. Trick's probably going to carry most of the match, solely because Joe Henry's not dropping the TNA title on an NXT pay per view. That'd be surprising if he did. That'd be very AEW ish, what kind of they did with Stefan Tur with Mercedes Monet. Um, oof. Yeah, this one's the easiest one to predict. Joe Henry's going to win. This is one I'm unsure of. I don't know if they're going to make Stephanie the main roster right away because now they have Julia and Roxanne there. But Jordan Grace already wrestled twice for the NXT title and lost twice. I don't know if WWE doesn't see her as championship material. I think she's very unsafe in the ring, personally. Just go back and watch the match with Naomi back in NXT. I mean, TNA. Or her recent work with Stephanie Vancouver, or sorry, Julia. Or even some of the things she did with Fallon Henley in that tag team match. She is very quite sloppy. I think it's because she's, and this is not a mean to be a dick or anything, but she's just too big and can't move as well as she should. And I mean, she dropped Julia on her neck 3 fucking times in that match. I'm kind of afraid for Stephanie, but also Stephanie can be as stiff as possible so she wants to be. She's being fucked with. Um, if you're asking me, like I said, I don't know if they're ready to bring Stephanie Kerr to the main roster yet because they already have Julia and they already have Roxanne. And I don't know if she wants to go to the main roster yet because her English is not as good as she wants it to be. Whereas I don't think Julia was really as important on the as that. Um, that being said, what do you do, Jordan, if she loses? Where does she go? I mean, she's good and good enough to be NXT champion. She's too big of a star to be a mid-card champion. I mean, you just turn her heel and have her destroy everybody in NXT until Stephanie's gone and then give her the belt? Or do you bring her to the main roster because it's not as important? And let her go after one of the titles on the main roster? I mean, I I really don't know how to predict this. This is one I really don't know. I'm in two schools of thought here. One is that Stephanie Van is probably going to be dropping the belt and maybe vanishing for a little bit, have a little time off, and then appear at the main roster, maybe after Money in the Bank. Or if Jordan loses, and then she goes to the main roster on the draft. But if Jordan loses that 3 times now, she's lost the title match. I mean, she's beaten everyone. Um, I don't know. I've never been this undecided on a match. I don't know which way to go with this. Part of me thinks they're going to give it to Jordan, but part of me thinks they want to keep it on Stephanie for a bit longer. If I'm a gambling man, which I'm not, I'd probably gamble on Stephanie, but if I'm a logical man, which I am, I think they may keep it on Stephanie for a bit longer. only to have Jordan turn heel and get one more chance after she destroys Stephanie after the match is over, and then turns heel that way. Um, I think Stephanie Kerr wins. I'm gonna go with my thinking, logical thinking in this. So I don't think they're ready to bring her to the main roster yet since they just debuted Roxanne and Julia, like a month and a half ago. So I don't know if they're ready for her yet. That's the only logical reason I can think of her being Steph being the champion still. Although you could have Stephanie lose and then Chase Jordan get one more match and then lose that and go to the main roster. That makes logical sense as well. But I think Stephanie wins tonight. And then we have Miles Bourne versus Obafemi. And anybody that's listened to me for a while now knows I'm a big fan of Miles Bourne. The studio is so very, very good. And there's been a tease for a while now that no quarter catcher, maybe most of Charlie Dempsey is looking at turn on Miles Bourne because you can see he's unhappy about his success. And Obafemi's been an absolute destroyer for a long time now. But I also think Oba's more than ready for the main roster. They haven't had a big male star head to the main roster in a long time. I think they may have got it finally with him. It'd be interesting to see what North Quarter Catch Crew does if Charlie Dempsey does win the title. See what Charlie Dempsey does. The Miles Bourne win, sorry. See if he turns on them and just goes after Miles Bourne. Or if Miles Bourne just becomes the de facto leader now that he's got the belt. Kind of how Charlie Dempsey did when he won the North American Cup there. Or sorry, the Heritage Cup. But I think this might be Oba's swan song in NXT. I think Steg's more than ready to go to the main roster, and this is the reverse of what I'm doing with the Stephanie Mankira match. I think Nova Femi is going to drop the belt tonight. I think Miles Bourne is going to go on a little bit of a title run, and then Charlie Dempsey is going to screw him in one of his defenses. And I think Charles Dempsey is going to be the dude that turns heel on North Quarter Catch Crew by screwing over Miles Bourne after he wins the belt and cost Miles Bourne the belt in one of his defenses here. My personal opinion, don't shoot the messenger. Um, I can't believe this. Yeah. All right, guys. This card was a lot easier to pick in my mind than I thought it was going to be. I hope you guys enjoy the show. I will be watching it later tonight. I'll talk to you later. Bye.